The International Court of Justice is welcoming new judges who will be serving at the World Court. Among those who will be sworn in is South African Professor of Law, Tladi. Let's take you live there now.
Studied law and history at the University of Bucharest before being awarded a PhD in legal sciences, summa cum laude, from his alma mater. Prior to becoming a judge, he enjoyed an illustrious career in academia, while in tandem pursuing a very distinguished career in public service, holding high office within the Romanian government. Until his recent election to the court, Judge Orescu was Professor of Public International Law at the Faculty of Law of the University of Bucharest, an institution which has always been at the heart of his scholarly pursuits. At a governmental level, he has played various key roles over the years, serving inter alia on 2 occasions as Minister of Foreign Affairs of Romania, but also as Presidential Advisor for Foreign Policy, Ambassador at Large, Secretary of State for Strategic Affairs, for Global Affairs and for European Affairs, and Director General for Legal Affairs at the Romanian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Judge Orescu has also represented his country in multiple fora, heading several Romanian nations, including in connection with the meetings of the United Nations Sixth Committee, the review conferences of the Rome Statute, and the Committee of Legal Advisers on Public International Law of the Council of Europe. At the age of 30, he was appointed agent of Romania before this court in the case concerning maritime delimitation in the Black Sea, Romania versus Ukraine. He's also served as agent in a case before the European Court of Human Rights. In addition, Judge Orescu has been member of the International Law Commission, member of the Commission for Democracy through Law of the Council of Europe, the Venice Commission, member of the Permanent Court of Arbitration, and arbitrator designated by Romania according to Article 2 of Annex 7 to the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. He has, moreover, acted as co-rapporteur of the Venice Commission. Judge Orescu has published widely on a broad range of international law topics and is the recipient of many awards and decorations. Judge Orescu, we welcome you.
Judge Tladi, of South African nationality, graduated in law cum laude from the University of Pretoria, after which he obtained a Master of Laws degree from the University of Connecticut and was subsequently awarded a PhD in international law from Erasmus University in Rotterdam. He has combined an outstanding academic career with high-level positions as legal expert, both within the South African government and in the context of the United Nations. As an academic, Judge Tladi was until recently Professor of International Law at the University of Pretoria, where he held the South African Research Chair of International Constitutional Law and the future Africa Chair in Global Equity in Africa. He has also lectured in law at the University of South Africa and the University of Stellenbosch, as well as having been invited to lecture as visiting professor of law at various renowned universities around the world. Within the government of South Africa, his career at the Department of International Relations and Cooperation began with his appointment as Principal State Law Advisor in International Law, after which he served as legal counselor of the South African Permanent Mission to the United Nations in New York, and then as Special Advisor to the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation. In addition, he has acted inter alia as chair of the United Nations International Law Commission and special rapporteur on Jus Cogens, and counsel in 2 cases before the Appeals Chamber of the International Criminal Court. Judge Tladi has a great many publications on international law to his name, in which he has focused on a range of complex issues, from peremptory norms of general international law to the extraterritorial use of force against non-state actors, a topic on which he lectured at the Hague Academy of International Law. Judge Tladi is also co-editor-in-chief of the South African Yearbook of International Law, president of the South African branch of the International Law Association, and is a member of the Institut de Droit International. Judge Tladi, we welcome you. I shall now invite each of these judges to make the solemn declaration prescribed by the statute. And I request all those present now to rise. Judge Gomez Robledo, please.
I solemnly declare that I will perform my duties and exercise my powers as judge honorably, faithfully, impartially and conscientiously.
Et en toute conscience.
Je vous remercie, Monsieur le Juge. And now I give the floor to Judge Cleveland.
I solemnly declare that I will perform my duties and exercise my powers as judge honorably, faithfully, impartially, and conscientiously.
Thank you very much. And I call Judge Aurescu. You have the floor, sir.
I solemnly declare that I will perform my duties and exercise my powers as judge honorably, faithfully, impartially, and conscientiously.
Thank you very much. And I call now on Judge Tladi.
I solemnly declare that I will perform my duties and exercise my powers as judge honorably, faithfully, impartially, and conscientiously.
Thank you very much, Judge Tladi. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir.
The Court takes note of the solemn declarations made by Judges Gomez Robledo, Cleveland, Aurescu and Tladi, and I declare them duly installed as members of the Court. I have no doubt that in its new composition, the Court will continue to strive to meet the challenges that lie ahead in its quest to fulfill its mandate under the United Nations Charter and its statute, namely, to decide in accordance with international law such disputes as are submitted to it, and to give advisory opinions on any legal question at the request of the authorized organs of the United Nations and some other international organizations. The Court's docket currently lists a record 21 cases, both contentious and advisory, raising far-ranging questions of law of fundamental importance to the international community. Moreover, the notable upward trend in terms of the number of incidental proceedings being brought by states, especially requests for the indication of provisional measures on an urgent basis, creates further expectations. At a time when the Court seems to be ever more in demand, the judges on the bench stand ready to harness this momentum and deliver meaningful legal solutions to what can at times appear to be intractable disputes. In seeking to fulfill its time-honored role as the principal judicial organ of the United Nations, the Court knows that it will be able to rely on the expertise, insight, and unimpeachable integrity of our four new peers. Before bringing today's sitting to a close, I would like to invite all those present to join the members of the Court for a small reception in the main lobby of the Peace Palace, in honour of our newly sworn-in judges, Thank you. The sitting is closed.